So when I look at your backswing, you completely lose your posture throughout the entire swing. When you go from very tilted over to at the top of your backswing standing up like this, okay? So that gets into two things. Where do you feel the balance is in your feet when you set up to a golf ball?
Probably more back.
More back.
Yeah. So it's just then
When you're setting up, when you're just sitting here over a golf ball, where do you feel it?
pretty neutral.
Set up to that golf ball. We're gonna make sure we get it. Both hands on. Set up like you're gonna hit it. Okay? You feel you're neutral now? I'll give you that. Yeah, that's pretty well balanced. Okay, then you lose it from there. All right. So that's a big part of the equation out of play. A lot of players who do what you do get in a position where their pressure's way too far into their toes, and then they sit back and stand up, right? So we're just gonna work on posture throughout. So we're gonna lose the golf club. Come over here and set up, okay? Get in your setup position, but I want you to cover your chest, okay? Now tilt like you would down to a golf ball, all right? Now when we're going back, we'll deal with how we get the club up in a little while. But the first thing I want you to feel when you're going back, I'm gonna grab your hip. Start turning back for me, 3, 2, 1. So you see how this leg straightens up a little bit here and the hips turn, but they get a tilt to it, okay? Then from here, we're gonna feel the chest cranks. Boom, see that turn there? Now, can you get your head up here and look back to where the golf ball, look back to where the golf ball would be? Perfect. So you are able to turn and keep posture. There's nothing physically keeping you from doing that. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, we just have to build that feel. So we're gonna do it without a club. Set up again. Start over at scratch.
Yep.
Okay, get nice and neutral. Take the hip back. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Now, here's one thing that I noticed when you did that, okay? You outraced your hips. Before the hips started moving, you pulled the shoulders. I want you to feel everything's gonna go slightly at the same time. So set up neutral. 3, 2, 1, start turning. There you go. And we're gonna feel like we get a little bit of extension here. See how that's more centered over the golf ball?
Yeah.
Perfect. Right there over the golf ball. That's what I want you to feel. Do that for me on your own. Set up. Turn back there nice and slow. Load it up. Good. Now, don't feel you're gonna push your pelvis back. Keep your pelvis centered. The second you start pushing out of this trail leg and getting your hip moving towards that's where the reverse starts. We don't want the pressure getting on the front foot.
Yeah, it's all the back at the moment.
Yes, it is. But that's because I pushed you there. You were doing this.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's why I pushed your pelvis back. Make sure when we're moving this leg, we feel that extension moves back and the hip's gonna stay over that trail foot. That make sense? Yeah. Okay, load it there. Start over again. Take it back for me. Beautiful. So set up for me. So I got this alignment stick just behind your elbows, right? You get in this position where you like to make your whole backswing where you just pull this back, okay?
Yep.
Now, you're not gonna be able to do this. This is gonna put you in a position where you get that internal shoulder rotation. The elbow is gonna stay in front of you. Turn your body back for me. Beautiful, you see that? So see how this elbow has not gone flying?
Yeah.
Would you agree that it's in front of the seam line of your shirt? Yes. Okay, set up again. Take it back there, just turn your chest. Rely on your chest turning for me. Beautiful. Load it again, one more. Set up neutral. Beautiful. Now from there, stay right there. We're gonna let this come off a little bit. We're gonna reach back and grab this. Beautiful, right there. That's what we wanna feel. Now I watch you and you just feel so comfortable with that flying. The second that came out, you tried to get it to fly. Feel like you're gonna lift from here. There's the top of your backswing. Elbows out in front of you. We can just rotate everything through the golf ball there, right? We don't have to compensate and chuck the hands out to get that club head back to the golf ball anymore. We can just rotate through from that position. Make sense? Yep. When I look at your swing, you have a decent pattern, okay? But I notice that your ball position creeps farther forward in your stance. And I think one of the reasons, obviously when you look at a swing being on a plane, the farther forward it's going, the more the path is going to go left through impact, right? Yes. Now, I look at you when you set up, and you get, if you look hips down, you're pretty neutral, but your chest starts to get out in front of that, and you start to create a little bit of a tilt here where the pelvis kicks back chest leans forward, and then the hands creep forward. So the hands feel like they're in the center of your chest, okay? But when you're doing this, the pelvis is kicking back and chest is going forward. Now that moves your ball position, and your club farther forward in your stance than you'd want it to be, which brings that leftward move into play. So when you're setting up, I want you to concentrate on making sure the pelvis is centered over the feet, okay? And then from here, we're not going to create any tilt. We're just going to lean and slouch down a little bit. Perfect. Get into that position. Go ahead. And just feel us lean down, okay? There we go. Perfect. Everything is lined up there. Now, if we were to not push the hands forward at all, see how everything just moved back a little bit? So keep the hands more neutral, let everything set up. Now we can get used to, does that feel the same as it used to?
No, it feels better.
Right, but does it look the same, does the golf ball look the same visually out of your eyes as it was before?
I could feel it here this way.
Okay, so you can feel a difference?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, looks-wise, yeah, I'm always putting off the front foot.
Okay, so that means that you're repositioned. That's fascinating. Some people will sit in here and have the same visual when they set up to it. So that tells me that you're trying to position everything forward, and you're moving your body to accommodate that versus accommodating your body. You know, so that just gets into the root cause. So if that looks different, that's going to be easier for you to mess with and fix, because it will have a different look than you're used to.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So always get in there, work that feel, and look for that look that you just saw of that golf ball every time. Make sense?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. I come out with new content every Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday. Thanks a lot, you guys.